Nogi neighbors. So come on in, it's time for another episode with your best friends. I got the flavor. Think we should dive right in. We'll spit facts about gold plaques and high level competition. Look back on old footage, maybe see what we missing. Kick back and train hard is the way that we living. Talk smack and stay humble, having fun on a mission. Big top pressure is the reason why you submitting. Yes sir. Steady pushing forward, no setbacks. Just a couple low belts soon to turn black. And if you hating, better stop that, cause it's the Nogi Neighbors Podcast. White belt.
And we're back to the Nogi Neighbors Podcast.
Again.
You're supposed to say indeed.
I know. I don't know. I get really annoyed at that.
You get annoyed at that?
I get annoyed at my own self, yeah, in that way.
Been rewatching the footage and just not liking it?
Well, I have to work with it after we get done. Yeah. So it's like I'm seeing it a lot, you know. I've said it 4 times.
I thought you were doing a thing. I thought it was like that's how he started.
No, it's just I feel like again's better.
Whatever.
Indeed is dumb. Indeed is what you put your information on for to get a job.
You're probably just sick of all them job offers.
Oh, dude, I'm tired of them.
Yeah. Well.
Straight tired of them. But anyway, we got a good show for you folks. There was some awesome MMA stuff this past weekend.
Yeah. Christian went down to Orange Beach with the squad and picked up a pretty sick win in front of Sean Shelby. What it was like 25 seconds, something like that.
Yeah, it was around. I think it might have been sub 30.
He threw like a kicked the dude in the head, took him down, choked him. It doesn't get much better than that.
No, it doesn't.
So
it's really cool.
Yeah, shout out to the Vanilla Gorilla, Christian Echols.
Yeah, he even got his first head kick in an MMA fight.
Okay,
yeah,
cool,
exciting.
I've never got a head kick in an MMA fight, so
yeah, me either. Not yet. Maybe someday. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, it was really cool. It was really cool to see him coming back and just being so happy, and everybody had a fun time. Well, most people had a fun time, but it was so far away they had to drive a long time, right?
Maybe. Yeah, I would have went. It was just too far.
Yeah, how long? It was 4 5
I don't know how far Orange Beach is.
Something like that. I don't know. I just moved the whole table. We got a new table, guys.
Yeah, my buddy at work built us a little stand thing so our mic arms will stay in place.
Yeah, I don't have to hold mine. I can just, but I sort of want to.
You kind of looked like what's his name, the poet or the author that would like hold the skull.
Yeah, the skull guy. Shakespeare?
Yeah, you looked like Shakespeare in like the first few episodes, just holding like this little white orb as you spit facts in it.
To pod or not to pod?
Yeah,
that is the question.
Like that. Yeah, to roll or not to roll.
Yeah.
To gee or not to gee.
Oh,
that's much better.
The answer is always, no.
Always, sometimes.
The answer is always no.
I dabble in the.
He dabbles in the weird arts.
Yeah.
In the what is it? The pajama arts.
The pajama arts, sure.
Yeah.
What else is going on in the MMA world?
So we had the UFC 278. It was exciting. It was really, really cool. Leon Edwards versus Kamaru Usman 2. We already had that fight, and Kamaru Usman won won on the scorecards from the first one. And then in the second one, he won. He was fitting to win on the scorecards. Man, Leon Edwards looked defeated. Man, for the first 4 rounds, Leon Edwards was losing, and then it just goes to show that in MMA anything can happen. It just made me so happy. I was like, holy crap, because I'd been watching that and been like real bored, just tired of Leon Edwards giving up the takedown.
I felt beat up for him.
I mean, yeah. Sad man. He just looked like a sad man.
Just pulled that thing out of nowhere and
kicked him. And he took him down, kicked him in the head. Yeah. He
ended up in mount at one point in the fight, so that's surprising. But
it was that. I mean, just I saw Kamaru Usman's face just.
And his eyes were open and everything. Out on the mat, and
as he was getting knocked out, his eyes were open too.
Lost his down. Title defense record. He won't be able to catch up with Silva anymore.
Yeah, well, unless he lives another You know, if he's got the fountain of youth, man.
Yeah. I think he's like 36, so
yeah, he might need the fountain of youth for that one.
Yeah.
But he could get like another 2 or 3. I don't know. I don't know how his knees are doing.
Add on to the legacy.
Keeps talking the legacy, man. His legs, his knees are not doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time he talks about it, he's just like, I can't walk on the concrete
because
it's
like
too hard. A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
The other day, Evan came up to me and he was like, my knee hurts. Who am I?
Yeah.
Like, probably Sawyer.
Probably me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, man, when people ask me how I'm doing, they shouldn't.
You sure tell them.
I sure tell them. Like, yeah. I'm gonna tell you. I'm like, do you want, like, mentally, emotionally, physically? What do you want from me? I don't know. That's a really dumb question you just asked. Like, you just opened up this box of worms.
Pandora's box.
Yeah, for sure. But anyway, so before that, we had Luke Rockhold versus Borrachina, Paulo Costa. They call him Borrachina sometimes.
Okay.
For some reason. Man, I take back everything I said last week, because holy crap, that was an awesome fight.
It's a pretty good fight, man.
It was good.
It got intense. Seeing Rockhold dig deep, you know.
And it was at 205. Last week, we had no idea what we were talking about. But yeah, it was at 205, and he actually made 205.
Okay.
Well, in a very smart way. Like, he just looked like he made, like he was going to make 25.
Yeah, Samson was out there actually, like, recording some stuff during Costa's cut, so.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I saw something about that.
Yeah.
420 Jitsu. Check out their podcast. They have a good one as well.
I haven't seen theirs yet. I need to check it out. Where can I find that?
Gosh, I mean, you can find it on the 420 Jitsu.
Like
420 Jits.
He probably has it linked in his bio on his Instagram.
Oh, for sure. But you can just go on YouTube. It's on YouTube.
Okay, cool. I'll check that out. Check that out for sure. But
that fight, Luke Rockhold, he retired.
Yeah, hung up his gloves.
Man,
Joe Rogan had a cute little moment there at the end.
Man, that moment. Oh man, it's every fighter's gotta come to that moment.
Yeah, it's you don't live forever. You gotta hang it up.
Did you notice Luke Rockhold's leg? He had a full sock on.
Yeah, that full sleeve. Didn't he have like a skin graft thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. I like it. Keeps like he had it was sort of small in a previous fight, and then it got bigger. Like he had a bigger thing on around it, and then he had a whole leg sleeve. That's just ridiculous, don't you think? Like, is it getting bigger? Is it getting worse? What's going on?
I hadn't seen it. I don't know. I don't know much about his leg health.
This might be a Michael Bisping thing.
I don't know much about his legacy.
Yeah, his legacy.
So,
yeah.
Also in MMA news, any other big fights on that card?
There was the Jose Aldo versus Dvalishvili.
How'd that one end?
It ended with Dvalishvili winning the decision.
Okay.
But
I didn't watch that one. I watched the other two.
Yeah, I think I heard that if he would have used his leg kicks just a little bit more, he was content to run away from Dvalishvili until Dvalishvili would get those wrestling entanglements and stuff like that.
And those leg kicks are all those bread and butter too.
They used to be, but
he
has been throwing himself in that fire recently. He's been hesitant.
Wonder what's up with that. Probably all the people who's got their leg broke with that kind of stuff lately. Maybe put a little something in his head. Also in MMA news, One Championship is going to start drug testing all their athletes at every event. They made that announcement this week. They've got a new anti-doping partner. So could mix things up. It makes me really wonder because they sign. I mean, I'm sure a lot of their MMA athletes are on all types of sauce, all different flavors.
Yeah.
But
red, green, blue.
Yeah, but some spicy ones. But they just signed a bunch of jiu-jitsu athletes. Like, they signed Andre, they signed Gordon, they signed Buchecha, but they signed him for MMA. They signed a bunch of guys, and I'm wondering what that's gonna do. Like, are all the jiu-jitsu athletes still gonna plan to work with them, or is that gonna deter them? Is that gonna
Are you sure it's doing every athlete, not just MMA athletes?
That's unclear so far, but we'll see. It didn't say all fighters, didn't say all grapplers. It just said all athletes at every event. So who knows?
Yeah,
could be up in the air, but I'm sure that would deter.
Yeah, it might have another UFC.
Yeah. Like, what was it, 2013 when they got USADA?
To be honest, I don't know.
The whole league changed. I think it was 2000. I could be totally wrong.
But a lot of old fighters are now gonna just be like, "Hey, I sort of need testosterone replacement therapy."
Yeah, Scott Coker's just gonna be handing out checks.
Yeah.
I don't. Does Bellator drug test? I don't think they do.
I think they drug test, but they only drug test like the commission drug tests.
Okay.
And they don't have the golden goose. What's his name? They have a third. The UFC employs a third party.
Okay.
Oh, USADA.
Yeah. The golden goose.
The golden goose.
Is that what people call him?
Well, the golden snitch. That's what they call him.
Okay.
The golden goose, the golden snitch. What's the difference?
Isn't that thing from Harry Potter?
The golden snitch. Yeah, but it's like he's snitching.
Yeah. I got that.
On people.
I was just
Yeah.
golden. I thought I was remembering Harry Potter.
Yeah, USADA but Scott Coker. Holy crap.
Speaking of Harry Potter, Brandon's got a gnarly little scar on his head from where somebody.
Yeah. His power was shooting out of his body in that moment, I feel. You know?
Okay. Whatever you say.
Yeah, dude. He was just shooting. And, dude, there was so much blood. It was crazy.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't there for it. I was at work.
Oh, it was awful. But, and I felt awful for him. I felt awful for the situation and the person that did it. I know he didn't mean to.
Yeah.
Like, it is, yeah. Everything's, but he's much better. He hasn't got back to teaching and stuff, but eventually I'm sure he will.
Yeah, we're gonna have a guest teacher this week, but after that,
I didn't know about that.
Yeah, J.M. Holland.
Who's that?
So there's 10th Planet Bethlehem, and I don't know if he's still there right now or not, but you familiar with Grace Gundrum and Thor?
Yeah.
So they're both like under him and Zach Maslany. So JM's gonna be coming by our gym for a week and teaching, so that'll be cool. We'll get to train with him a little bit. See.
Is that guy that was recently? That was last night. That was there last night.
No, that was Mike DeWitt. He's another 10th Planet black belt.
Okay.
So we're having all types of company this week.
Yeah, dude.
Fun time. I hadn't got to roll with that guy yet, but I'll get to roll with him probably tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah. For sure tomorrow. I hope he's there tomorrow. That'd be exciting.
He at one point he said something about Nathan Orchard coming. I hope that's still going to be on.
What is going on? Why? Why would he?
Oh, he just said that at one point Nathan was going to come and like I don't know if it was going to be a seminar or if he was just going to come teach or come train with us or what. But he's talking about Nathan Orchard coming. And that's my favorite grappler to watch. So
yeah,
I would love to get to train with Nathan.
Yeah, that would be exciting. I would love to. That's just all exciting. I can't wait to see how that's gonna go. What he's gonna teach. You know, we've been working on some different stuff. But anyway,
I feel like he'll get into all types of Eastern philosophy. I feel like it's gonna be like, all right, guys, this is how we do this arm bar, and then a few seconds later, it's gonna be, no way is the way, Miyagi-Do type stuff. But I'm down with that. Anything else in MMA news?
Not that I can think of. Christian did great. That's it.
Yeah. Christian's the man. That's our takeaway for the week. Besides that, though, jiu-jitsu news. There's a few competitions going on. There's the Fight to Win coming up. I know that Josh Cisneros and Keith Krikorian are gonna have a fight or a match. I should say, and then I know Mikey Zindler is supposed to have a match with AJ Agazarm, and I think that's the only two guys that are going to be in ADCC that I saw on it. Besides that, I feel like everything's kind of on hold until ADCC because that's what everybody's waiting. That's the biggest kahuna of all the kahunas.
Yeah.
So after that, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's kind of like in game, like we're building up to that, but. There is some other news. It's not any competition going on, but Tex Johnson, back in I think it might have been November, they had the Who's Number One championship, and he had a match in the first round against Orlando Sanchez, and the rules are no slamming. Well, Big O didn't care. He picked him up and did the old rampage slam, and
I remember
hurt
that.
his spine really bad, and he just filed a lawsuit, and he's suing Orlando Sanchez, because he said he had permanent spinal damage. He said he's suing Orlando Sanchez, he's suing Flow Grappling, and he's suing the ref.
He has permanent spinal damage, but didn't you say, well, is it brain damage? Isn't there a brain?
No, I think it's just his back.
Oh, okay.
But
all right.
Yeah, I know he hasn't competed since then, at least as far as I know.
But he's suing everybody.
Yeah, just suing everybody, looks like. So we'll see what happens with that. That could be could be interesting.
How much money does the ref have? That's my question.
I don't know. I don't see why you'd sue the ref. I don't know. I saw all types of trash talk about it on Reddit, back and forth, but who knows? I'm sure Gordon had choice words to say, but when does Gordon not have choice words to say?
That man always. I mean, you just can't take.
Especially since those guys are in his weight division.
He says so much. You can't take all of it.
Yeah.
Can't take all of it seriously. Which I actually like. If I were him, I would definitely say a lot of words so that I couldn't be taken seriously.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but he'd still be the best, and he's still the best. Like, that's cool because then you can't really people know who you are in a way. So if you say something that's maybe off color, it's maybe out of this moon,
out of pocket,
yeah,
off the chain,
dude. You can't get
unchecked,
thrown out, wherever you are.
It's kind of like
you gotta be who you are.
Yeah.
You can't be a lie.
Yeah. But Gordon's gonna be Gordon,
Yeah, Gore's gonna Gord.
Yeah, Gord's gonna Gord. What do you think about slamming like that?
Slamming?
Who do you think should be held accountable in that situation?
It should be Orlando Sanchez and only Orlando Sanchez. Yeah, because they put in the rules no slamming, right?
Yeah, they put in the rules no slamming.
They did everything they could.
Right.
Screw Orlando Sanchez. He's the one that did it. Like, what are they gonna do? Just shoot him as he's slamming him? Just BOW!
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I've seen a lot of competitions where maybe Big Chris will step in to make sure they don't go off the mat or something. But it's if I see Orlando Sanchez, who's probably the most just gorilla looking human. Not quite gorilla. I don't know how I'd describe
He's
him.
like a baby but with man strength.
He looks like the Thing from the original Fantastic Four.
Oh.
And then he picks up Tex and he's fixing us. I'm not gonna get between them.
No.
I ain't gonna. It's like whenever those two gorillas are fighting in that one meme, and that lady's like, "Where's the zookeeper? What's the zookeeper gonna do?
Nobody's gonna do anything.
What's this? Get in there and box with him? No.
Yeah. Shoot him with a.
He's out here where he's safe.
Dart.
Yeah, exactly. Unless we're gonna trank Orlando Sanchez, then I guess
Plus,
that's just.
You start to think about it. It's okay, he had him up. You have to wait until he slams somebody in order to maybe DQ him.
Yeah.
What are we getting into? Some Minority Report stuff where you DQ him before he ever slams him, or do you wait for him to slowly put him down?
I don't know, but I mean, I found myself in that same situation recently.
Yeah,
but
you didn't Orlando Sanchez it.
Yeah, I sat him down.
You take it. You go down on your sword or shield.
Got triangled like a man, I guess. I don't know. It sure didn't feel good.
Yeah. Well, you came into this world as a baby. You go out of this world as a man. That's just how it is. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Until some people just quit in the middle of a certain match that's high level. In the middle of a match.
Yeah,
that's no time limit.
So, that's the deal with Tex and Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
If you're using the sauce.
Yes.
And you have a pretty good contract with one. You worked a long time for it.
Yeah.
Would you keep using? Would you go off of it? Would you try to play the game and get your cycle just right, where you don't piss hot? What's the move you think?
Well, you have absolutely destroyed your body by this point. Well, not destroyed your body, but destroyed your body's ability to
produce it on its own.
Not produce it on its own. It can eventually come back. You get off of it. You just don't use it anymore.
Yeah, but we're fighting
fine.
Next month. We can't worry about eventually can maybe. We're talking about now. Trying to compete at the highest level.
Then you just play it. You play it as you can. Yeah, you try to play it as fast and loose as you can.
I don't see people like Gordon getting caught. I just feel like he's got too many resources to allow himself to make a mistake that big for his career, but I totally see a lot of other guys just, whoops, what you gonna do?
Oopsie. It could be just like the commission drug testing. Where
Yeah,
it's
I don't
like
know.
it's really just an IQ test. Just make sure your testosterone isn't that high on that day.
We know the theory, but we don't know what it looks like in application.
Yeah, we'll find out.
So
I guess.
But how do you feel about this upcoming competition? Just hours at AGF Birmingham.
You know, it's so far away. It's hard to even gauge. But I feel pretty good about it, to be honest. Like I feel pretty good.
Okay.
I feel pretty good about it. I don't know who's going to be on the bracket and stuff. To be honest, I haven't even signed up for it yet, but I will.
Yeah. You verbally committed.
Yeah, we verbally committed to the bout.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's.
You said oos or something.
Yeah, it said it said combatch. Somebody said combatch. I slap bumped.
Yeah.
Everything was fine.
Namaste, something like that.
Namaste. Yeah. I wrote my name down in Portuguese.
Signed in blood.
Yeah, signed in blood. Yeah.
So what's your training been looking like this past week?
Training?
Getting ready for it.
It's been exciting. I mean, it's been a lot. It's been a lot, man. Okay. I've been going through a lot. Going through a lot. We're always going through a lot, but this is a lot. Anyway, I've been saying that too much.
It's like Evan.
Yeah, a lot. Shout out to Evan Stapler. Thank you for our jingle. It's been fun. I've been doing a lot more. I've been getting stronger.
Okay.
And losing weight, which is weird.
Yeah, it's a weird combo, but it sounds productive.
Yeah, it's pretty productive.
As long as your gas tank's still there, then yeah, sounds good.
Gas tank's been getting swelled a bunch as well. I've just been working my butt off. That's what it's been.
There you go. I got you. I kind of been on a backslide a little bit. Like I feel like I kind of got back on track with like the strength and conditioning, but diet and sleep is terrible right now. I gotta fix that.
Yeah,
I've for real, like I think I probably have like some sort of like eating disorder, just like binging food like at middle of the night. Like
I think that's most people.
Little self control with that.
Yeah,
and I'll be dieting great for like half the week, and then I'll just hit like a roadblock, and then I'll just, you know what, like I'm gonna drive to Circle K on the way home and pick up like 3 sodies and 2 bags of candy and just knock it all out by the time I get home.
Well, I know you've been doing those strength and conditioning exercises with Nakaya.
Yeah. Still early on, like it's not like we've had time to make too much progress.
Well, you can never go wrong with cardio.
Yeah.
Especially when you want to expend a bunch of calories.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could find time to just run around.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Or go to a place like Planet Fitness and run on a treadmill, watch anime.
I'm not doing that.
I love that.
I'll do the anime part, but if I'm gonna run, I need to run outside.
You got to run outside.
I cannot run inside.
You can't run on a treadmill and watch anime. Watch anime?
No. Running inside is miserable. If we're like running inside, like if I go play basketball or something, I can run inside.
Well, yeah,
I'm talking about like sitting there in the same position, running on a treadmill is the worst thing in the world.
Okay.
I would rather do anything else. I love to run outside.
Even if you set it on random, like it'll do
just
random elevation and stuff
awful.
like that.
That's awful.
It is awful.
It's just the worst experience ever. I need to be outside in nature. Like there's too many like good running trails for me to not use one of those.
It's easier on your knees whenever you go on a treadmill as well.
Well, I don't care. I would rather go outside.
Okay.
It's just nicer.
He's wild. He's a wild kid. Or a wild boy. Or a wild man. Or a wild person.
Yeah, dude, that's the biggest thing for me right now is food and sleep. And that's directly affected my weight. I'm like, I'm like 11 pounds over right now. But we got like, 4 or 5 weeks. So
yeah, you got some time.
Yeah. Well, Luke is
close.
Dude, he's doing really good. He's down to, I think he told me he's down to like 89. So.
And he's trying to get to 180, right?
175.
What's that? Oh, okay.
He's coming down from 205 to 75.
Okay.
So, and he's doing it the right way too.
Yeah.
So, man's a juggernaut. I can't. He's over there he's almost like one of those fish that don't eat real fish. They eat like the bug fish. Like they just inhale like water and they eat like krill.
Oh, okay.
Like, he's just over there sucking air, eating like
a filter feeder.
Yeah, he's eating like hologram meatloaf for lunch every day at work.
Yeah.
Not real food.
Yeah.
But
Karen.
What do you think about fighting with knives?
I think fighting with knives. So
what do you think about training for like knife fighting, or like
I think it's important.
Somebody with a
I
knife?
think it would be pretty cool to train for knife fighting.
I think it's absolutely silly. Personally,
You think it's silly?
I'm not ever doing that. I mean, I'll try it, but like I'm not like gonna devote a lot of time to that. I just think the situation of me fighting someone who has a knife, that's just never gonna, like, I just don't see that.
So
happening.
well, I mean, in the United States, we're more likely to fight somebody or have somebody, try to rob us with a gun.
Like, I'm down to
then
scrap.
maybe a knife.
I'm down to scrap, but like, this isn't an arms race.
Okay,
you know
so
what I mean?
You're just like, oh, whatever. But no, but what if you're not getting stolen from? What if that person just wants to kill you?
I'm just like running. Like,
you're running?
Yeah, dude. I don't have any business fighting this. Like let's say like we're talking about.
What if it's in your own house, bro?
I mean, I've got guns and stuff in my house.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I'm.
He's still gonna try to get you with the knife.
I'm Alabama man. Of course, I'm gonna have like some firearms, but
okay.
Like if we were talking about Circle K. Say I having my cravings and I show up to Circle K at 1 a.m. on the way home.
Yeah.
And I pick up some snacks and stuff, and some dude's in there and he's tweaked up and he's got a knife and he decides that he just don't like the way I look or something.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight that dude. I don't care.
Well, I mean, you can't just get out of there.
Just gonna bust it.
But let's say you're in a situation where you can't run away.
I just don't think that situation exists.
You don't think the can't run away situation
And if it does, like if I absolutely have to fight a guy with a knife, I'm just gonna go try. I'm gonna do everything I can to try to go 2-on-1 on the knife hand.
Yeah.
And just control that hand till something happens.
Yeah.
But like, you're not gonna catch me like showing up and training knife self-defense. Like I just think it's so silly.
I just do an arm drag.
I mean, hey, whatever it takes. But yeah, dude, talking about like having people attack you at Circle K. Right now, I think Decatur is Luke. Every time Luke comes and visits me in Decatur, or like we're training in Decatur, he always refers to it as Gotham. He's like, I don't know why you want to live out there in Gotham. Just because like we're from good old boys from Elkmont.
You see trees everywhere.
Yeah. All we've got is trees.
Yeah. All we have is trees.
All we have is trees.
The only thing I have left is Spider-Man. Anyway, continue.
But all we've got is trees, and then I moved to Decatur. But yeah, man, all we have in Elkmont's trees. So like moving out to Decatur is it's different, Even just being able to hear cars drive by at night, it's a little different than Elkmont life. So police cars everywhere all the time.
You feel like the
sirens,
the doors and windows and walls are made of paper, just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it's different. It's different for sure.
Yeah.
But he always calls it Gotham. Well, yesterday I was at my sister's house and she showed me her phone. She was scrolling through like the what's happening in Decatur thing. You know that Walmart over there by like 6th Avenue?
Yeah.
Like the Walmart neighborhood market. Well, apparently somebody ran over a woman and killed her, and then the witnesses were saying that they hopped out of the vehicle and got down and tasted her blood, got back in the car and left.
Okay, so when did this happen?
Yesterday.
Okay, so I drove by that after I drove by that Walmart.
You just saw a bunch of cop cars?
Yeah, I saw every cop car I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's what was going on if you were curious. So
I was super curious. I thought, man, I was about to go to that Walmart too. Because I was just like, man, I need to go get some stuff.
You didn't need it that bad.
No, I didn't need it that bad. I was like, man, I don't know. I got 3 tickets, man. I'm not doing...
Somebody said her head got like mashed between 2 vehicles.
Oh... My gosh.
Yeah, that's
taste their blood too. Jeez Louise.
That's tragic. See, I don't know if that's true though. If that's like
it'd be fake.
I mean, I know that like somebody definitely got hit and killed yesterday, which is a tragedy. But I don't know that somebody got out and they might have got out and like I don't know, maybe felt for a pulse and was like, oh my gosh, and then
they put their mouth on.
And somebody else was like, oh, they just. I don't think there's vampires in Decatur, but yeah, Luke's not wrong for calling it Gotham, I guess.
Yeah, it's getting worse.
That same Circle K that I drive by, I drove by there the other day, and somebody was riding a bike indoors, just between the aisles, just riding a bike.
I've seen that before. I've seen that before in Athens.
I mean, I'm with it. I like
weird.
bikes.
I mean, it's weird. Bikes
and late night gas station runs. Just mixing them's a little shady, but
it is shady for sure.
To each their own.
I mean, people who are shady are on bikes at 2 a.m. You know, doing whippets.
Yeah, dude. We were at Taco Bell and we were eating after like real late after training. One of our buddies that was visiting with us. That was the only place that was open at the time, so we were eating at Taco Bell, and this guy's like doing donuts in the middle of like the road, like the main road in Decatur on 6th Avenue on a bike doing whippets, and he's just woo. It's like 1 a.m.
Just going back and forth on his bike.
But I bet that guy, he probably had less on his mind than I did that night.
Well, he has less brain cells, so there's
less mind to have stuff on.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Yeah,
never thought about it that way.
You ever think about MMA fighters or boxers or just football people players, who have been football players?
Yeah,
they have less mind,
so they have less on.
So they have less things on their mind.
Maybe that's how that works. I don't know.
Yeah, I got my mind on my money, my money on my mind. I don't know. I feel like that sometimes. Sometimes you get through that sparring session, you just don't have anything. You're.
I feel like that's just like your fight or flight, like making you like I don't ever like if I'm worried about something small, and I go to jiu-jitsu and I've got like Matt Elkins over here,
trying to
kill me, like about to snap my head off in this guillotine. I'm not really worried about this minor inconvenience that happened at work today. It's not really on my mind anymore.
That's the beautiful thing about jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And just fighting in general, where you absolutely can't think about anything else. And that's what Mark Zuckerberg was talking about on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Okay.
So that was yesterday.
Does he do combat sports?
He does jiu-jitsu now.
Really?
Yeah.
How long has he been doing jiu-jitsu?
Last 6 months.
If you're Mark Zuckerberg, where do you do jiu-jitsu? Like when you're a super celebrity.
He said the name of the guy, and listen, if you had listened to it, you'd remember the name. But I listened to it.
Yeah, I probably know.
I didn't. So
probably I don't know. The gi somewhere.
I would love to roll with him though.
See, that's the thing though. If I'm Mark Zuckerberg, I can't just go roll with anybody. Like, because people are gonna be like trying to tear your face off just so they can be like, I sub Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, it'd be like, I bet it wasn't hard.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I don't know. You just have a story to tell. Not that it's like necessarily impressive. Like,
I bet if you he doesn't bleed. He just white stuff comes out of his veins.
No.
He's like one of the robots from Alien. You ever watch that? He's got milk.
No.
Milk as their blood. It's pretty.
They bleed milk?
They bleed milk. I mean, it's not actual milk, but they're like robots. But they're,
Sounds like the what are they called? What are the robots? The Vex off Destiny. You shoot them and like the yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Destiny's such a terrible game.
I gotta agree with that one.
Mm-hmm.
The first one was good, but after season 1, I was done. It just got too gimmicky.
Just fell apart.
But
like all great things do.
You got anything else or?
You either live long enough,
What?
You either live long enough to be seen as the villain or you die a hero.
All right.
We could go out on that, or we could talk about whether or not you'd want to either fly or teleport.
Definitely teleport.
I would also teleport.
Think of how cool it would be. So, are we teleporting like instant transmission, or is it like portals?
You have to have been there.
Okay, but is it instant transmission or portals?
It's instant transmission only of yourself,
but not portals.
You have to touch things in order to teleport them. It's like Jumper. You ever watch Jumper?
No.
Okay. Well, you have to touch things in order to teleport them.
Yeah, still teleportation, I think is...
Okay, yeah, me too. If it's portals, that's cool too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it's maybe even better, because you can throw anything through that portal.
Well, you can almost fly if you have a portal, if you like...
Oh, you mean you just keep
like the game
throwing
portal?
The portal higher?
Yeah, like you have a portal up here on a vertical plane, and then a portal down here on a horizontal plane. You jump off the ledge, go through the low horizontal, come out the high vertical, and you're just flying.
You always think about that, like whenever you have superpowers, people say, would you rather have super strength or whatever? But when you say you want super strength, you also want you want to not be able to be destroyed by that strength.
Super tendons,
super muscles. You want super.
Yeah, imagine being able to jump really high, but then you just like hit the ground and die.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You don't have immunity to fall damage.
Yeah. I mean, super immunities essentially. Yeah. So it's like if you could fly, that means that you can basically deal with.
But do you also have the power to land?
Do you have the power to land? But also, do you have the power to like go up to high heights and not, die from zero oxygen?
Oh yeah, like those pilots have to put those masks and stuff on.
Yeah, like can you go into space? Like what's up with that? You ever read one of those comic books where like Superman, how do you breathe in space? And he just says, I don't.
What does he do?
Just doesn't breathe.
Okay, I guess
have to.
I haven't read any.
It's really weird.
I kind of dislike Superman personally.
Oh, you don't like Superman? What's wrong with Superman? Lame. He's lame.
Dude, it's like so. Marvel characters are so much more interesting to me than DC characters. It's just like Superman. Like you can't get much more
boring.
It's just kind of lame.
I think he's like one of the most interesting because he chooses to act as a mortal, even though he is a god.
I'm not with Superman. I think he's just whack.
Oh, dude, okay. I've got a lot of comic books. I don't know if you like to read comic books.
I sure don't.
It's the only book that I'll read, willingly.
I like to read lots of like nonfiction, so
maybe. But I'll take that as a maybe. But yeah, I would rather teleport. I mean, flying's good.
Yeah,
but teleport's great.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You think we should wrap it up there? Or you have anything else?
Well, you can get tickets for teleporting. I wanted to put that out there.
You get tickets for flying. I guess like illegal airspace.
You could probably get shot up like with some missiles.
If humans could fly, I feel like a lot of us would still be too lazy to do it.
Too lazy.
Like I feel like a lot of us would still like.
Yeah, it's too hard.
I'll
just drive.
Humans can also run, but how often do they run? Most of the time they just walk. It's like, well, you could do it better.
True.
It's like, what if flying took more energy? It's like,
more energy than running.
Just drive there. Yeah. What if flying was that much hard? Like you had to actually flap your wings.
Oh no.
Or your arms.
I don't want to just flap my arms.
That'd be terrible.
It would suck, man. But what if it didn't? What if it wasn't? What if it's just as much as?
I'd be down for the cause, but not.
Not right now.
Yeah, not like that.
Not like that.
But
that's all, folks.
Yeah, I guess we'll wrap it up there.
Thank you. See you next time.
Yeah.
Peace.
All we have is trees.
All we have is trees.
I'll pick up at all we have is trees.
Spider-Man.
Yeah. I don't understand Spider-Man. Where'd that?
That's James Franco Spider-Man 3.